The following program is hosted by immature, irreverent, obnoxious, and often disgusting young men. Listener discretion is advised.
This time on Nude Clan, The Rock goes to Mars. Or, as the public calls it, Doom, the film.
Shall we play a game?
You got several things to do. You got work, kids in school. What do you do when it's all over?
How do you hand something from one player to another?
Dark soul lights. Turn on the TV, pick up the controller and play some games with the new clan.
Welcome to another episode of Nude Clan, the video game podcast where we can't review Alone in the Dark because it's alone, not on any streaming service.
Yeah.
Fucking have to buy a physical copy of that piece of shit.
He's alone in the dark in someone's back room.
Yeah.
Alone in the Dark 2 is available. It's just not Alone in the Dark.
I bet you that one's better. That's probably why. It's probably a more quality film.
Is Alone in the Dark 2 is a better movie?
I bet it is.
Well, it does have... the first one does have a 1%.
Oh, man, that's...
Which is the worst one, and we saw
So we have
House of the
to-
Dead, which was at 3%.
I'm gonna have to try to troll on Amazon to see if we can find a physical copy to buy,
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
gonna have to.
eBay or something like that.
Yeah, something. Fuck, I
Garage
hope it's not
sales.
too. I hope it's not too brutal. Yeah, the problem with like going to a pawn shop or a garage sale is like, who the fuck had this movie to sell in the first place? Like, it's. I can't imagine that being a thing. So
They'd probably save more
maybe-
time throwing it. They'd probably save more money throwing it in the trash than fucking driving down to the pawn shop to sell it in the first place.
exactly.
Or maybe
yeah.
they thought it was one of the other 4 Alone in the Dark movies.
Maybe, yeah, and they're like, oh, I can't get the first one. I should have never bought this. I'll pawn it. Yeah, I don't think I want to look for it outside of like the internet and.
Oh yeah, physically like going. Yeah, that's you don't. You wouldn't even know where to look, and who would have it.
Yeah,
There's no
exactly.
point.
It's too much. It's too much of a reach, even for pawn shops. You have like billions of fucking DVDs. Like, I don't know.
No, I would not go to pawn shops or even like used movie stores. It'd just be a wild goose chase at that point.
Although it is bad enough that no one would buy it, thus maybe it would be there. But
But it'd have to be there in the first place.
that's true. Yeah, which means someone would have had to have bought it and then sold it to them, which is just far fetched. It's too much to believe. But before we jump into any of that great juicy nectar of the movie Doom, what has everyone been playing this week?
This week I've been playing a little bit of Witcher 3 and got the new Soul Calibur 6. So we played quite a bit of that yesterday.
Yeah, quite a bit of that. That was a lot of fun.
I streamed it for like 6 minutes.
Okay, so
Because the internet on my side was getting real
Thank you for
bad.
saying
So,
that, Craig.
Yeah.
I know you're
it
trolling us by saying it was our fault, but it did kind of strike a chord with me
did it.
a little bit. I had to like calm down for a second.
Yeah, you were getting overly angry about that, which...
Well, see, the thing is, when you fight against Craig directly, it's just a lag fest. It is so bad.
Is it to his benefit?
It was fine
depends.
when
It
we
goes back
first
and forth.
started, but the later in the evening that it got, the worse it got.
It with more and more people in his complex all on the internet too.
Yeah.
Oh man, Craig, you gotta move. You gotta do
know,
something about
I know.
that internet.
I do. I really need to just go and murder everyone that works at my internet company.
Yeah, it was terrible, so bad. So don't play against Craig because it's like
Only during the daytime before 6.
I think at some points we were getting maybe 15 frames a second or less.
Nice. Yeah.
No, there was a point where
But
I was
not
I was
smooth.
fighting Branny and it got to two frames a second. It was.
But of course, as it always is with the Soul Calibur games, it's always so much more fun creating your own characters than fighting those guys.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah, I saw some of that good stuff on Twitter.
Yeah, I bet you did.
It was pretty good.
I haven't laughed so hard in so long. My sides still are sore from laughing yesterday.
Yeah, I got a fucking massive headache last night from it.
It was so gross. But yeah, everyone should go check Twitter. Go check Caleb's profile for some gold there.
Yeah. All right, Craig. Is that it? You just been playing Soul Calibur and Witcher?
Yeah, I haven't really played anything else. Oh, I did play some Dragon Quest IX.
Oh, nice. Is that one on DS?
Yeah.
Okay. How is it so far?
Yeah, it's alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's all right. All right, Cameron, what about you?
So I played, of course, a little bit of Witcher. I actually played a little bit of just like the beginning part of Dark Souls 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Nice.
drastically different.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't say, okay, drastically it might be too far, but it is very different so far, in my opinion, than the other Dark Souls.
Have you found a boss yet?
No, just a bigger enemy. Haven't yet gone past really the starting area. Didn't have time playing Witcher.
Oh, I need to play that Dark Souls too.
Yeah. You need to start with Remastered, though.
It's so pricey
He
now.
wants to go back in time.
It's only $40.
That's $40, man.
That's at least worth $40 in my opinion if you haven't played it yet. If you've already played the first Dark Souls and are considering picking up Remastered, I don't think it's worth $40 to pick it up. But if it's your first time playing, you might as well.
There's that still that Dark Souls collection coming out this month.
True, but we already own... Well, at least I own all of it now, and I don't know what he owns.
He's only missing Dark Souls Remastered.
You know what?
But his Dark Souls 3 is on PS3.
I still feel the urge to go pick up the Steelbook.
It is nice. It is nice looking. And I think there's a soundtrack, but don't quote me on that.
Oh, damn it. I might have to go look into that. So played that. Played a little bit of Ghost Recon Wildlands. Of course, Soul Calibur 6. And some Destiny 2 for the Halloween event.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Yep. So played those games this week.
Sweet. Well, I have played Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Echoes of Time pretty extensively. I've got like 7 hours in that this week. And I also played American McGee's Alice.
Yeah. Nice.
In addition to that. So that's really it. I don't really have much to say about either of the two because they will be reviewed soon. I don't want to give anything away yet. But now that we know what everyone has played this week, the real question is, has anyone beaten a game this week?
I beat that Soul Calibur 6.
Craig, did you beat Soul Calibur 6?
I did.
He beat it within hours of downloading it.
Yep. I got the gold trophy and everything.
The gold trophy, huh?
Yeah.
Is that all that proves your legitimacy?
Yeah.
All right, Soul.
That and I unlocked like the boss character, Inferno. But it won't let me use him online, which is irritating.
Yeah, is he too OP? Is that why?
No, he's basically just a clone of another character. He just has a sweet look to him.
Oh, well, Cameron, what about you? Did you beat anything?
I did not, no.
All right. I finished American McGee's Alice this week.
Huh, you seem to have done that much quicker and without complaint.
It's because he didn't experience any of the glitches that I did, and he didn't constantly have to put it down because he wanted to shoot himself.
Huh, okay. So it sounds like we have a real glitch hunter on our hands.
Yeah, we've got it sounds like we've got some sort of a pattern here with Craig.
You guys go fuck yourselves. I'm sick of playing all the games that get glitched on me.
I should
Still have to tweet CD Projekt Red of that 3-headed horse I found in Witcher 3.
Yeah, your shit's just fucked up over there. Like, your internet is so bad that it's affecting
not even
everything else.
It's not even the internet. It's literally just like it's followed me since the beginning of
I
time.
experienced a glitch recently with Witcher 3 too, doing one of the missions where all the sound got fucked up.
Yeah, that happened to me. I don't know what's up with that.
Yeah. Well, I should have beaten that Crystal Chronicles game, but I didn't. I decided to get 3 hours of sleep instead of 0 last night. That was probably a good choice. I still feel like shit but not as much as last time or the time before. I feel like 3 hours is enough to get me through about 3 hours of a day. And Doom, you can kind of turn yourself off like 80-20, or you're just running in super safe mode. And then now I'm 100%.
Battery saver mode.
Yeah, battery save.
Nice.
So that's all I got is the one. So the Newthog, the Newthog for the host is as follows. Caleb Craig, still King Hog, first place with 30 games beaten. I am in second place with 29. And Cameron is in last place with 12.
Did you not finish the story mode for Soul Calibur?
No, and I did not start playing it.
Oh.
It's all about that online, man. That's what we do now.
Most of our time was spent just like kicking the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, the online apparently for Red Dead Redemption 2 isn't going to be out until a month after it comes out.
Oh.
That's unfortunate.
So my grand plan of playing the online during my 5-day wonderful you're fired for 5 days period fucking dashed. So now I'm going to have to play Witcher instead.
Well, you were going to have to play Witcher anyway because Witcher 3 won the vote.
It did, yeah. You guys let me down. I wanted that Spider-Man to win so I could get a quick platinum and move on with my life. But now... Now you've burdened me with another massive fucking RPG.
Massive.
Right after the last game I reviewed being fucking Skyrim.
But with Skyrim, though, you kept putting it off, and then tried to slam, like, 50 hours worth of gameplay into, like, 10 hours.
Yeah.
So... I mean, that was kind of on you.
I don't think so, man. I still
Plus, you had years to play the game, Schweiss.
If I would have just played it
years.
before, it couldn't have been nominated.
Well, you're lucky because recently, with the Halloween sale, the Witcher 3 Complete Edition is on sale for like $20.
Oh, I bought it on a physical copy.
Oh, you bought a physical copy already?
Yeah, I think
How
I
much you
paid like
yeah.
24. No, I think it was 30, but it was the Ultimate Edition.
Good.
So, was that the one that was cheaper on PSN?
Yeah.
Fuck, I wish I would have known that. Okay, why don't you tell me these things before? Like,
It literally went on sale yesterday, and I was about to tell you today.
Yeah, if you just waited a little bit longer.
When did you buy it?
I bought it when I saw it won. Since you
It
prematurely
didn't
ended
officially win until today, right?
Since you prematurely ended the poll, you know, you made your polling hours unavailable for me, thus I couldn't vote. Thus I couldn't rally the fucking
I didn't prematurely end it.
lies. It ended on like Thursday.
It ended yesterday at like noon.
It's
because it's supposed to end the day before we record.
That's a horrible time to end.
I guess midnight on Friday would probably be the cutoff time.
Midnight Saturday, technically.
No, because it has to be when we record. It officially ends when we record.
No, I know, but saying like Friday's midnight would technically be right after Thursday.
You're thinking...
Because
Okay.
midnight is the turn of the day. So if we did it Friday, I would be fine if it was Fridays. Or no, Saturdays.
It ended at noon on Friday.
Fucking-
So you had the entire week. You had 6 days from the day that we started recording to rally your
I
troops.
forgot to talk to my inside man over at fucking Insomniac to get like 60,000.
Insomniac Games follows me on Twitter. They don't follow you on Twitter.
Yeah, you should reach out to him just with all the glitches you find. You might find yourself a job.
You know,
over
I
there.
didn't find any in Spider-Man. It actually allowed me to enjoy it, and that's a good thing.
Nice. They Craig-proofed it. Just like you have to child-proof your home, they Craig-proofed their game.
Yeah, just to make sure you don't rage. What else have they even come out with lately, though? Like, I don't know.
Lately?
Any- Yeah, Insomniac stuff.
They did the Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, but I mean, we haven't had a new one for a while, right?
Well, they did the movie, and then they did the game that was based on the movie.
Oh, nah.
I don't think they've done anything other than that recently.
Well, we're not going to
Spider-Man.
be playing their fucking game. So 123 votes, 43% went to The Witcher 3, 37 to Spider-Man on PS4, and the third-party candidate that split the vote and caused Spider-Man to lose, Vampire Hunter D, with 20% of the vote.
Split the vote.
You know, Vampire Hunter
Fucking
D
third
did
parties.
a lot better than I thought it would.
Yeah. You should have thrown in 50 Cent, man. Then it would have been like 33% on each of them.
Nah,
Can't.
I don't think so.
I'm just going to keep talking about it until it becomes a thing.
And then, side note, is your oven on for a reason?
Alex was probably going to cook something and didn't turn it off.
Okay.
You know what the thing is, though, is I saw it on and I just left it on.
Huh.
So I was like, oh, she's probably going to come down here and do something with it.
Huh.
The answer to that is no. She's not. It's just on. Heating up the house very slowly and very expensively.
When did it get turned on?
I don't know.
Because
we've been here for a while.
We've been here for a while, so the only time that it could have been turned on
Would have been before.
would have either been before we left or like while we were gone.
Yes. That's why I said very expensively heating up the home and extremely slowly.
And you just let it go.
I did. That was really dumb. But yeah, so we are going to be playing The Witcher 3. That will be in
Sweet.
what, like 6 weeks from now? Is that what it is, Greg? 6 weeks?
7 weeks.
How does that?
Probably.
Well, I mean that can't be because
Well, it's like including right now, starting now, and then 7 weeks later.
no, but we
review
have
it.
we have reviews every 2 episodes though, and this is a review. 7 is not a
It was in a 7-week
Even.
rotation.
number.
And well, Joe is the one that made the schedule.
Well, no, it was off episode review, off episode review, off episode review, and the film reviews were in the review thing.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna look at the fucking thing because
I know the numbers get kind of murky for you after 6, but I really need you to try to hone in at least the first dozen, maybe even a baker's dozen. Although I'd hate to give you a word problems in your math, so baker's dozen is just 13. Don't worry about the words. Yes. This is beautiful podcast entertainment right here.
yeah,
Yep.
it's 7 weeks.
How is it 7 weeks? This is
It's
a fucking film
7
review.
weeks starting from right now to when we review it. The actual review
Are you saying
date
right
is
now or like after
from
this episode?
7 weeks from today
This
is
second,
when we review it.
so we have to review it.
In 7 weeks.
So what's next week?
That
Let's
doesn't,
go over the topics for us.
doesn't
so he
make any
knows.
sense. It's supposed to be every 2.
What? We're not going to review it in 2 weeks.
No, I know. It's supposed to be every... It's an odd... Fuck. Never mind.
So what's happening? Just go over it just so he knows.
It's supposed to be 7
Okay.
weeks. It usually is, but we
So
usually
we had
do
the
it...
vote last week, and starting from today, which is the quad movie review.
Right, what was last week's episode, though? What was it supposed to be? Is it mine?
It was yours, yeah.
Okay.
And then, so we got the movie review today. Next week is Cam's episode. Then we got the Alice episode. Then we have my episode. Then we have a Q&A. Then we have a Joe episode. And then we have The Witcher.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Yeah, that works. I wanted to make
Love it.
sure we...
So we have some stuff to replace.
So
in
what it
there,
was is
but we
it's-
do have 7 weeks,
Okay,
Schweiss.
yeah. I remember now. It's 8 weeks with the... from the beginning of the vote. From the conception. Life in Nude Clan begins after...
Begins at the vote.
It begins at the vote, yeah. And I'll fight anyone that says other... No, just kidding. Craig, did you want to not review Spider-Man? Did you vote for Witcher?
He voted for
I
Vampire
voted
Hunter
for
D.
Vampire Hunter.
Oh, you fucking vote for yourself? Like,
Of course I did.
God. I mean, I did too, but...
See, in his mind, he's already of those
honestly-
2 games. He's already beaten 2 of those games, and so you just play Witcher in his free time.
It honestly didn't matter what won to
Ye-
me because I was already playing Witcher, and I already beat Spider-Man, and Vampire Hunter D I already own and would have taken like 5 hours to beat.
Craig, you're supposed to vote for the one you've already beaten, so you can do whatever you want. That was my logic.
I'm
last
doing
time.
whatever I want anyway.
You know what? I should have brought in the thing that made me win last time, where I said, you know what, we're gonna play that game anyways.
You know, I honestly could just inject Spider-Man into the vote for you and Cam Cam.
You could.
True.
You could, but I don't know. That would be more. That would make more sense because we haven't played it yet.
Yeah,
Did you buy it digitally?
I did. Yeah.
God, what is your problem? Fucking.
I did that so my brother could play it.
Oh my God, your brother over the show? Really, Craig?
Yeah.
Come on, man. I mean, he's cooler than you, but
Fuck off.
but over us. Look at this guy. Look at Cameron.
I would
Let him
have
down.
probably purchased it digitally anyway.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Or you could have done GameFly. Do you
I
still
have
have GameFly?
I have GameFly.
Oh,
You could have done
nice.
GameFly.
Yeah.
What do
All
you-
the games are at my fingertips.
See, the bad thing is then like the only one giving games away from their personal collection is my ass.
Yeah.
Because Craig is like, no, it's mine. Somebody gives us a gift. Craig's like, I won't part with it. I'm going to be buried with this fucking
Because
copy
it's
of
a-
Horizon Zero Dawn, a game that
It's
I
a
hate.
fucking gift, and I don't hate Horizon Zero Dawn.
You got to treat him like fruitcake. It's the gift that you keep giving away to somebody else.
No, that's rude.
How is that rude?
It's rude to give a gift that you've been given away.
It's cruel.
It's regifting, and that's rude.
It's cruel to make a game, a beautiful piece of art, sit on your fucking shelf because you're never going to touch it again in your life.
You don't
That's
know
what's
that.
cruel. That's inhumane.
I'm gonna be playing Spider-Man again soon.
Since life begins
You've
at
already
New
platinumed
Clan,
it,
since it
right? I
begins
I know,
at
but the DLC comes out on the 23rd.
extra trophies.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna get all of them?
I think so.
Man, suddenly Craig is down.
Well, it's a fucking easy platinum. Like,
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, just throw in
it-
his face
it-
even
dude,
more.
okay,
That we're not playing it.
It took like 6 hours extra to platinum from just beating it.
Oh, okay. That's real short.
Yeah.
See, I want that. I need like 3 more platinums for the year, and I fucking played like 2 games on PlayStation this month.
You gotta platinum that American McGee's Alice.
Fuck, dude, that's sick. It's gonna be because I won't rip the game off. There's another way to rip this game off, just like COD Classic, but I won't do it. I can't because once you get the trophy, there's no going back. And once I cross that barrier, I become soulless. I'll throw in near. I'll buy all the trophies.
You already got the trophies for Alice Madness Returns.
Oh yeah, it's added to
Technically-
my.
Yeah, it's technically a DLC, so I mean, you might as well.
I know, but I'm saying like I'd have to play the game at least twice
For Alice?
for the second one. Yeah, or the sequel, because there's like there's fucking parts where it's like defeat a boss without taking damage, and I'm not going to do that on nightmare mode. I don't want to fuck with that. There's a way to glitch it. There's a way to like play with its little booty hole and fucking make it give itself up to you. But and the internet's all about that, kind of stuff these days, and I don't want to do that on the trophies. I gotta do it legit. So I need to play it on like easy as fuck mode. Get all the beat this boss without taking damage, do this and that and this and that, like, because there's like a rage mode, I guess, and I think it's when she gets her horns and shit, and it says I'm supposed to beat the game with only using that once. So like I'm not gonna that's not gonna happen, I don't think, on normal, especially because you like get within 6 feet of those things in the first game and it shoots you in the face and you're like you get all pissed
It's not
off.
within 6 feet. You have to get right up in there.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
So did you automatically go into rage just from getting hit?
No,
There's like a little
it's-
power up thing that you like go up to, and then it'll like spray perfume or some shit into your face, and then you like turn into a demon mode.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah.
And it's it's something I don't want to cheap my way to plat on that, so I wanted Spider-Man. That's because you got the platinum. I figure if you can do it, anybody can do it, right?
It took you forever to do that Assassin's Creed 2.
It did, yeah. Yeah, that one's got a lot of fucking collectibles, though.
It does.
It's like
It
a
really does.
shit
Those
ton.
fucking feathers, dude. There's like what, 70 of them?
Um,
There's like 50 or 70. something like that.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Some ridiculous.
I think it's over 100 actually. There's a lot, dude.
Is this the correct Glow in the Dark?
Yes. The
Super
one with the
cheap.
rib cage.
Super cheap.
Oh, and it's got Prime shipping, huh?
Mhm.
We should buy it. We'll buy it. We'll buy it. So we'll review that
giveaway
on the next film. Yeah, I still have to send some other giveaways.
Yeah, we still need to get some iTunes reviews.
Yeah, we do, guys. Make sure you hit us up with those. That's iTunes. You can find us there. You can find us anywhere on your podcasting apps, through our site, nudeclan.net, which I am now updating. I think I might need to get a hold of Stolas and get like an After Dark piece of artwork, though. Just something real
To
classy.
make it different.
Yeah, I don't want to get like new images for each After Dark episode. That's kind of way too much. But I kind of want some artwork for that. You can go there. That's a great way to check out the episodes. You can join the forums on that in that area as well. Ask us your questions. Give us your comments. Do whatever the fuck you want. Mingle, you know. You can support the show through Patreon, patreon.com/nudeclan. We do a monthly giveaway of some of our great games that we have. And we just barely sent a copy of God of War to Felicia Nomiko. That was a good win. She hasn't played it yet, which I was like, man, we're going to give a copy of God of War away. This is awesome. But then I realized, like, oh, man, everybody's fucking played God of War.
Everyone's
Like,
fucking played it now.
and so, yeah, I didn't buy it. I was going to go to GameStop and just buy it and just have a copy just ready to give away, and then no one fucking chose it for like 5 months. But now it is gone. And I'm super stoked that she's going to get to play this perfect game, according to the Nude Clan. But if you want to get in on that, throw us $1 a month, and you're entered into the drawing. Each buck gives you one entry. The more you give, the more you might get, especially if you're Hail Blue.
Yeah.
You can support us by going to our PayPal if you'd like to support us directly. And like I said, all of that and more can be found on our website, which is audibletrial.com/nudeclan. Speaking of Audible, I've been listening to a shitload of the Game of Thrones books because I'm trying to stay ahead of the show as I watch it again for the Song of Schweiss and Johnson, one of our other network podcasts. And
Nice.
to be honest, I've stopped. I keep going back and forth on Audible, so I found something else. It's called like Libby or something, and it's an app you get from your local library, and you can check out books there.
I've been using that too.
That is infinitely cheaper than Audible because it's free, unless you have like fines.
The only issue with that is the library has to have a copy for every audiobook they have. They have to actually have a copy for it.
Yeah, so there's some wait time, and
so
the other issue
you have to wait until other people finish listening to it.
And the other issue is like it's not a thing where it's like, oh, you know, I'll just keep it and I'll pay the late fee. No. The second that fucker's due, it is gone. It's off your device.
Yep.
So I've been trying to like plow through the
I
third
think you
book.
can request to have your time extended through the app, though, if no one else is on the waiting list.
Yeah, you can do one. It's just like normal library stuff. You can do one renewal before they make you give it back. Before it's like, no, you can't renew anymore. But so I was listening to that yesterday, and I ran across a part where Jon Snow is fighting the wildlings that reminded me of like Caleb Craig. This guy has a Caleb Craig death, and real quick, I just want to listen to this on the show now. Yeah, I was really laughing to myself when I was hearing this yesterday. So here we go. Let's have a listen.
No archer could have asked for an easier shot. The Thames had their backs to the King's Tower as they charged the crescent, clambering over bags and barrels to reach the men in black. Both John and Satin chanced to choose the same target. He had just reached the top of the barricade when an arrow sprouted from his neck and a quarrel between his shoulder blades. Half a heartbeat later, a longsword took him in the belly, and he fell back onto the man behind him.
Yeah, when I heard that, I was just like, bullshit! Because the guy got shot with a bow, got shot with a crossbow, and he got stabbed all at the same time. That's a Craig death if I've ever heard one.
Yeah.
He's fucking
glitch!
triple teamed down! As he just falls back dead.
Why aren't you guys helping me?
Yeah. You're fucking enabling by standing there.
Yeah.
We've run through
Never
our Craig
just stand
insults.
there.
I know, but you would die that way, though. You would die so dead that there's no way you could have ever lived.
Probably.
But yeah, great way to
That's
listen to
very
that.
bad.
Great way to listen to that book is through Audible, which I did buy it, even though I only have like 6 hours left. So I was trying to plow through on the other thing, and I ran out of fucking time, and it just stole the book from me. And I was like, well, I've got an Audible credit, so, and I'm gonna listen to these probably a few more times before I die, so I might as well just buy it.
Yeah.
That's,
Might as well use it up.
Yeah.
I'm currently using my Audible credits, as all you guys know, for the Witcher series.
Oh, really?
So
I did the same thing.
I am listening to the books as I play the game.
Are they like companion novels?
So
Companion novels, they were written before.
Oh, that's right. That's why it was.
that's why we
Nominated.
nominated
The
it.
dude hasn't like written a book in like 20 years.
They were originally written in Polish and then translated to English, and yeah.
Nice.
It's a great way to learn all about Geralt and Yennefer and everything that's
all those
behind the
sex
scenes.
scenes.
Oh
Lot
yeah,
of-
the
lot
first
of
book
sex
I listened to, read with my ears. It started out with a sex scene, just so you know.
Which one was it?
So there is a little
there's
bit of
There's like some fuckery with the chronology there.
yeah. I'm following the one that I found on Wikipedia.
Okay.
So it might not be the true order, but I'm following the order that on Wikipedia.
All right, I'll probably have to look that up too because I just bought all of those, and there's like 2 book ones.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fucked up. And it's funny, too, because, the character Dandelion,
Yeah.
in the first book that I'm reading, the guy calls him Dandelion, and then
Oh,
in the later
God.
books he calls him Dandelion.
So he's a fucking moron.
Well, I
Is it the
guess
same
no
guy
one
reading
told
it?
him. Yeah, it's the same guy reading it.
God.
So what is he only like ever seen that word written?
I guess
Nobody's
Dandelion.
ever said the word
Maybe
dandelion.
he's just like, no one fucking goes by the name Dandelion. How stupid is that? Call him Dandelion. There we go.
Yeah.
The dude's kind of a femi bard. Like, of course he's going by dandelion.
Well, the books themselves. So, I'm very picky when it comes to narrators. When I listen to books, I've had some bad books, mostly because the narrator was terrible. I immediately return those for my credit back. But the guy reading it, I mean, he's no Michael Kramer, but he's pretty good.
Craig literally just emptied his balls in front of us.
I did.
Just so you know.
I drained him.
Is that guy, Michael Kramer, is he the one that does the...
The Wheel of Time.
Wheel of Time.
Oh. See, I stopped listening to it because I got bored. But I think it's not him. I think it's just...
No, he does a great job just with all the different voices he can do.
Yeah.
Where you know what character it is just based off of his voice.
You know
It's not
who...
over the top.
You know who really pisses me off? Is Roy Dotrice later. Like, the first 3 books, he does a really good job. Like, they're really good. And you can tell who's talking based on how he speaks. I've only heard one repeat, like, Roy Dotrice voice, and it was for, like, a non-necessary character, and then, like, a sub-character had the same kind of voice. But later, he just becomes, like... the way he talks when he gets older, he's just like, Sincere. It's like everyone talks like a fucking 80-year-old Irishman. And it's so annoying. And then, oh man, and you talk about like Dandelion being fucked up. He says Petire the whole time. He's like, Petire Baelish. I'm like, what is Petire? What kind of name is that? Like, yeah, it's a fantasy book, but they don't go nutso with the names really in there. Not with like the white people, like the Westerosi, like the Targaryens have fucking wonky names, but like Ned and John and fucking Bran. But then the Petire, it just sounds so fucked up. But yeah, Wheel of Time. I'm gonna buy that next. I think. Finish buying those and embark on that 6-year process.
Once and Future King had the greatest narrator of all time.
Yeah.
I didn't ever listen to that.
You should. You really should.
I own the book.
But you should get it on Audible.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Buy it twice. I've got like 4 copies of Thrones
I'm not even
ones.
kidding. He's literally the greatest dude I've ever heard. And he only did that one book. I was pissed. I was like, I was gonna look up books specifically read by him just to listen to more of that guy, and then he just was like, nope, just Once and Future King, and that's it.
You should look him up to see what other work he does, voice acting wise.
What if that's
Yeah,
the only
probably.
thing he's ever done in his life? No way.
Well,
I
it
think
could
it
be the
is
only
like
notable
because you
thing
can
he's done.
on Audible you can like
Oh,
search
a credit thing.
by the person, like by the reader, and so I did that, and he did nothing else. It was
Doesn't mean he
literally
could
nothing else.
donate some time to, there's the LibriVox one, right? Where you do it, the people do it for free there. He could have some stuff on there.
Maybe. But yeah, dude, that guy is great.
Nice. Well, that's a...
Guess I better get a question, right?
Yeah, we should. This Audible podcast is...
Yeah, the Audible podcast. That should be our next our book club. We revive it for the Audible.
We could do that pretty easily.
All right, let's see here. Question is from Corey. He says, this question is inspired by a discussion in your previous episode, since you guys talked about games based on movies and books. If you had to choose a song to base a video game on, which song would you choose? His would be Pinball Wizard by The Who.
Oh, my
The
God.
game would be the pinball simulation game in the point of view of a dumb blind kid.
I hate that song, by the way. I think The Who are pretty awesome, but Pinball Wizard is super annoying to me. It's like trying to listen to Def Leppard, and it's or like fucking the song Jump or Panama or like most things by Van Halen. It's like joke rock. And that's what the Pinball Wizard is to me. It's like, he sure plays a mean pinball. It's like it's too cheesy to be fun, and it sickens me.
Yeah?
Yeah, so I would definitely not do Pinball Wizard, although playing as a blind man is kind of a cool idea as the pinball itself.
With the song that we're picking, this like the theme of the game has to come from the song. Like, what the song lays out is the entirety of the game.
Yeah, essentially. I mean, you're basing a video game off of the song itself.
I mean, some songs probably don't have enough context there.
Probably not, no.
Oh, man, here's one. The song...
I kind of don't want none, son, if you don't got buns, son.
The song Anima by Tool. It's like, you have to learn how to swim.
Are you sure? Sure you don't want prison sex?
Pretty sure. Pretty sure I don't want the rape song. Rape the game.
I was thinking...
Of the carrots.
Do you think Bohemian Rhapsody would create a wonderful game?
That'd be an interesting one.
It would be something by Platinum Games for sure. It would have to be like in Nier, where you're like suddenly in an airship doing like weird side-scrolling shooting, and then suddenly you're back to third-person attacking. Because that song's like kind of all over.
It is. It just has a lot of stuff going on in it. But, what if you took the lyrics directly and just directed a game out of that? I think there might be enough there to put something together.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool.
Could do Through the Fire and Flames and just take some liberties.
A lot of liberties there.
Yeah. Fucking great.
Oh, Run to the Hills. It's a game where you
Run
just
to the
run
hills?
away. Yeah, you flee from the white man, and I don't know. I don't think there's any attacking in that, is there? It's just like
just run for your lives.
Yeah, you just run for your life. So it's like that fucking. Oh man, what was that maze game that everybody played like a shitload of, or like there was a boulder chasing you and you're like running through this pyramid or something like that, and there's like a bunch of time jumps. It was like one of those mobile games.
Oh, Temple Run?
Temple Run, yeah, it'd be like Temple Run almost, but you're like running from people instead.
You could do Van Halen's Jump, and it would just be like a suicide simulator.
Oh yeah, that'd be kind of dark.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen some fucked up games online, but that'd be one of the more fucked up ones.
That'd be, yeah.
Like, the craziest thing I ran into is, like, the fucking JFK
What?
game. Yeah, dude. There's, like, a JFK assassination game where you're trying to recreate the magic bullet. And, like, the fucking group comes and you, like, shoot JFK.
So you are the assassin trying to shoot JFK.
Yeah, and basically what I ended up doing was just trying to kill as many people as possible, so like I was just blasting the motorcade. It was a pretty fucked up game. That's probably like the most historically fucked up game I've played. But I think Suicide via the Jump song, and it's just playing Jump too the whole time.
Like, what's the premise of the game? Like, you're trying to run to like the edge of the bridge, and there are people there trying to save you, but you have to dodge around them to jump off the bridge.
Yeah, a bunch of naysayers.
So it'd be like Frogger.
Yeah, except for you die at the end instead of die when you fail.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up.
Yeah. Any sort of like sex song would be kind of fun. Oh man, you're having my baby. I would do that one World War II.
Oh my god, that fucking song, dude.
I would do that World War II game that I thought of years ago, where it's like D-Day, right? And it's the sperm landed on the bank, and like the Germans are the fucking antibodies, and you have to like penetrate the capital. You have to get into Berlin, which is the egg, and then when you fucking finally raise the flag, the Russian flag, on top of that one building, the Reichstag in Berlin, that's when you like impregnate it, and that's the fucking sperm that gets in. And like they're like little sperm. They're just like the squiggle with the round head, but they've got like fucking green helmets on and shit.
Oh my gosh.
I would make that game out of the "Having My Baby" song, even though it's a real stretch, but just to get an excuse to make my World War II sperm game.
You could just reskin worms as like sperm.
That's true, yeah. It would basically be the same game. But, yeah, there you go. There you go. Well, fuck, that was fast. You guys want to get into Doom?
Yeah, it's gonna do.
All right, let's see this trailer here we got it pulled up. Following preview has been approved for all audiences by the MPAA. Ooh, Universal. Oh, they fucked it up in the trailer too, Craig.
At a distant research facility, the final 10% of the human genome has just been discovered. And with it, all hell has broken loose. Now, a call for help has gone out.
Game time. Listen up, man. We're going in hot.
It says game time a lot. I just realized that.
It is based on a video game.
I know, but he says it like 8 times in the movie.
Doom is waiting.
What is that? We gotta go.
Wait a minute.
Evacuate! Evacuate!
Doom.
Sir, are you okay?
Man, that trailer tells you everything you need to know about Doom. But
Did you guys notice in the trailer, it combined 2 death scenes to make it look like it was that sleazeball guy dying?
yeah, they did. They did another one at the very end too. It's a different combination. Doom is a 2005 American science fiction action horror film directed by Andrzej Bartkowiak and written by David Callahan and Wesley Strick. Loosely, and I say it's pretty loosely based on the Doom series. Honestly, it's mostly based on Doom 3, which by itself is very loosely based on the Doom series. To be fair, that's the only survival horror game in the entire series. Every other one is just a fucking just a wreck fest of demons.
Just a shooter, yeah.
Yeah, straight up action shooter. The film had a $60 million budget, and it grossed $56 million of that back worldwide, like total. So definitely a box office bomb. I was kind of surprised by that. For some reason, I was thinking like Dwayne Johnson would have brought some punch to this, but
he didn't really have his fame then.
That's true. Yeah,
he's gotten real big recently, like in the last 5 years.
Real big physically and as a star in Hollywood.
Maybe more, maybe 10 years.
Because I looking at Dwayne Johnson in this movie, it was almost like the Kroger or the Great Value brand Dwayne Johnson. It's like, yeah, he looks like The Rock, but he's just a scrawny.
It's just The Rock's brother in this one. It wasn't actually The Rock.
It was the Pebble.
Yeah, it was Dwayne.
It was Dwayne. No,
Dwayne.
No, it's Dwayne.
It's just Dwayne.
The Rock doesn't get into movies later like his brother, so.
That's right. Yeah. It's he looks so weird though because he's so skinny in this movie. It's odd, and he's still definitely a built dude, but now it's now he's just way over the top.
Yeah, he looked like barely above what the other guys looked like in terms of beefage.
Yeah.
But if you put now Rock next to those same guys, he'd be like 3 times their size.
Yeah, The Rock would have had to have been Doom Guy for the movie. There's no way. But now it's now they just fucking made what's his face?
Carl
Doom
Urban.
Guy. Yeah, Carl Urban was Doom Guy. That shit wouldn't go down these days. But movie was a box office failure, and I think this is when video game movies really start to not do very well. Because the Resident Evil movies, they've always done pretty well, and they have a bunch of stuff going for them, I guess. But,
I think Resident Evil's been really the only series that's done okay.
Yeah, I don't remember how well the last Tomb Raider movie did, but it seemed like it left theaters pretty quickly. So I can't imagine it was that great. And then fucking Assassin's Creed before that was fucking bad, dude. It made no money.
I don't think Warcraft did either.
No, that was another.
Got out of there pretty quick too.
They had that guy from Vikings in it too.
Yeah,
that fucking
they had Ragnar.
That bothered me. It shouldn't bother me, but that guy bothered me in that role because his eyes, dude, they're so fucking blue. It's just I can't look at that.
His expressive eyes. He just does his thing. I'm gonna look at you real hard with my eyes.
I can't look at that guy and be like, this guy deserves to be in this place, but he I can't. He belongs in Vikings, and then that's it. Because it doesn't bother me in Vikings, but it bothered me in the trailer of Warcraft.
Is that why you didn't watch it?
It is.
Oh yeah.
Wow. And it's a video game movie.
Yeah, we're gonna watch it eventually. So.
And we're gonna watch it eventually.
Yeah. Shit. Yeah, the movie. Not great, I'll say, right off the bat. The only thing I remembered from watching this previously was the first-person thing at the very end.
I hadn't watched it at all, so yeah, this was a first watch for me.
Oh, really? Wow. That's crazy. I've seen this movie 5 times, dude. And
Why?
I don't know. Because I watch trash.
Because as a child, you're deceived into believing that it's cool.
Yeah. And they definitely tried to make it cool, but I feel like they certainly failed. So the plot of the movie is we're in the future, and they discover an ancient city on Mars, basically. And the shit hits the fan on this research facility within the facility, and they send out a cry for help. And of course the squad, whose name I already forgot, that The Rock runs, he's the team lead of the squad, gets called up to Mars.
Also, let's just mention that the squad was all waiting to go on vacation time too.
Yeah, I was gonna say they were 2 days from retirement.
Fucking the guy was batting an orange in the little room, their little bunk room. Just fucking using a baseball bat to smack an orange everywhere.
Yeah, no one's pissed or anything. It's dude, you're gonna fucking break something in here. There was that, and then there was the one guy, one of the dudes is playing a handheld video game.
Yeah, this is they have the technology to send people from Earth to fucking space
in a moment, in
a fucking second, and he's playing a Game and Watch.
Yeah,
type fucking thing. What are those? What are those? The little football game things that they used to have. They're $5.
And he was trying to look like he was way too into it, it's intense, but hardly anything was going on
He was
the
doing
screen.
stuff with his fingers that made no sense. He was
he was doing stuff with his fingers that you would never believe.
Well, he was playing the fucking thing it was a Game Boy, right? But he was doing jazz hands as he was doing it.
Yeah, I wrote down here the black guy has never played a video game in his life because he's freaking out on it, and it looks like he's playing fucking Millipede or some shit. It's just like going to town, like, oh my god, I'm gonna die.
It's like one of those like teeny little video game things that your parents might get you at some like dollar store that you might play once and then want to throw away.
Yeah, except for it was the size of a fucking brick.
Yeah.
So the future, and this is like '05, so it's not crazy to think that stuff wouldn't be looking the way it looks in this movie, but fuck it, they can never get it right. Really, we haven't advanced at all from that point, but so we got that, and then we get a really weird intro to the squad.
This intro
with the
does
kid.
not make you like any of the people in the squad at all off the bat.
Yeah.
You have like almost zero interest in any of them.
Yeah, you've got the real big, quiet, beefy black dude.
Mm-hmm.
The smaller guy who I really wish would have been played by fucking not Ice-T, by, oh shit, what's the other guy? Fuck.
The Allstate guy?
No, not the fucking Allstate guy. The guy from Deep Blue Sea. He's another Ice Cube. I wish it was Ice Cube.
You wish it was Ice Cube?
Yes.
Why?
Because, man, it would be perfect. He has that kind of, he just seems similar to, like, the quirky dude who's, like, trying to get with the ladies and, like, joking around. You got that guy. You got the disgusting, sleazy motherfucker, blonde guy.
He just makes the movie so much worse.
He does.
He is a pretty big cringe fest.
And then the religious guy, the guy with, like, the flat top, he's
did
terrible,
they ever
too.
mention him being religious until he, like, carves the fucking cross into his
I
arm?
have to go check, but I think he might have been reading the Bible to start out.
He was, when they were walking around in the darkness.
So that's, like, your hint that he's super religious?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and then, like, the kid, there's, like, the one they call the kid, this young guy that's in the squad, too, and, like...
Who apparently has had no military experience prior to this moment.
Yeah, and he's like, welcome to the blah, 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 kid. And it's like, you guys are ready to go on leave. Like, why are you welcoming this guy who's already part of the team? And it was, like, a real shoehorned, like, awkward way to introduce us to these characters. Like, oh.
Yeah, we're some sort of elite task force. We go do stuff like this all the time, kid. You have no military experience, so we'll have to have you as a fucking cannon fodder.
Yeah, but it's still, like what Troy said, it just doesn't make sense that, like, they were literally about to go on leave.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, as if they had not done anything for, like, years or months since this
They
guy
should have been on like,
joined.
patrol and doing some military stuff to go on leave first. And then I guess the kid just got added to their unit for some reason.
Yeah.
And no questions about who used to be there before he was added to it.
Yeah.
True, yeah. So, yeah, and then they're like, we're going to fucking Mars. Leave is canceled. Everyone's all, like, crying about it.
But, like, for, like, a second.
Yeah.
That's a very, like, calm, like, oh.
Yeah, they're just like, fuck.
Not again.
This happens all the time.
They pulled a post office on him. Overtime. Fuck. All right. And then I wrote down here, travel by bubble is the only way to go. To go to Mars, apparently what you need to do is create a zero-G environment in a very small space and then throw a bucket of water in that space and let it kind of like...
And then, shoot them with, like, a miniature ray, and then, you shoot the ball of water into space at an insane speed.
Yeah.
And then you're just there.
What happens if something gets in the way of that ball in space?
Yeah, I've always wondered about that in, like, hyperspace in Star Wars. Like, what if you're going real fast and you just hit, like, a pebble, Would it just fucking rip through you and everything in its path? Like
there's some fake science theories of how that works, but we don't want to get into that right now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, but we know that travel by bubble is extremely safe.
It just, you get absorbed by a bubble of mercury and throw it towards Mars, but yeah.
Yeah, technically, you're more at risk driving a car to Mars than you are traveling by mercury. It's statistically true. Believe it or not.
There is one guy who did get ripped in half.
Elon Musk is currently testing that theory out, though, right?
With the car?
Driving to Mars, yeah.
Yeah.
True. He's got some impressive shit, man. Like that rocket that, like, lands after it re-enters the atmosphere.
I saw that happen for the first time. Like, that's the future.
Yeah,
things
it's-
that can land from space.
Yeah, it's Hog. I'm like, shit,
we
man.
got going up into space, but now we're just starting to get the landing down.
Yeah. Yeah, that's. I think the idea is like to make it
Cheaper.
cost effective enough.
It's just to be able to reuse those rocket parts over and over. Not
Yeah.
over and over within a reasonable amount of time.
Yeah, that sounds risky, but I mean, it's worked.
Well, they're effectively making it cheaper, so
Yeah, I mean, NASA's. They're getting kind of
the real
overtaken by
people
Tesla.
who are kind of angry about it are people out in Europe, because Europe was for quite some time was beating us in the commercial space race, far as technology and capabilities went. But then we had a couple private corporations come in and overturn the table and put America pretty much more capable and more, I don't know, just present in space right now. So
Yeah, Mars is
Space
going to be our
and Space Force is
colony.
coming. I don't know if it's just we're now more just I guess the way that the American government works with people funding stuff over here just made it so we could make huge leaps very quickly and outpace our competitors in Europe, I guess.
Yeah. Exciting shit, but
It really is. But yeah,
Travel
no
by-
mercury bubbles to Mars yet.
Yeah, unfortunately, that'll be the next
Next
big
big
Tesla
step, yeah.
project. So, travel by bubble is king unless you're Pinky, the doctor, who or the guy who guards.
So
the
yeah, so they all travel by bubble, get to Mars, and then to further explain the danger of traveling by bubble, you get Pinky who rolls up, half a body
He's like
attached
he's
to
half
this
a person,
weird
half
chair.
Segway.
Yeah. I didn't even think about segways. That's perfect. Just think of a human fused to the bottom part of a Segway named Pinky.
Yeah, that is pretty good, Craig. That is pretty good. You know what I saw? Okay, so like I've seen like these like super like motivational videos. It's like some dude who doesn't have legs at all, and he's like a wrestler. And I've seen like videos of him like wrestling people, and there was one where he was like coming at the guy, and I was like, if I saw that, I would shit my pants. Like, just like some dude coming out of the shadows who's just a fucking torso and these big ass arms. I'd be like, holy shit! Like, it's terrifying. And I'm like, that's not even fair, man. You can't leg lock that fucker. Like, he can just wrap his shit around you and there's nothing you can do. Like, I'm sure he's pretty good because he's got half a fucking body,
I
man.
wonder what weight class he put him into.
Fucking super lightweight and he's just tearing it up because he's only a half man, technically.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I
It's so bad.
I saw somebody that was that way the other day for the first time, and I was like, wow, that is crazy. Like,
The first thing I think of, I might not be appropriate, but is how do they go to the bathroom?
yeah,
Where
that's
does
what
it go?
I was like, how do you shit? I wanted to go up and ask the lady, but I was like, nah,
She might be super offended.
she
about
might
that.
get super pissed and chase me down on her arms, and I really don't think I can handle that right now. You know what, motherfucker? She's launching herself from her little fucking chair and just
So she wasn't just missing her legs; it was like the bottom part of the torso too.
yeah, it was like gone. It's crazy. But this is what that guy is. This guy's not terrifying like the wrestler guy I saw. That I want a dude. I want to make like a horror movie where it's like the half man's revenge or some shit, and it's like one of them, and like that's gonna be one of the scenes where he just like comes out of the fucking shadows, just hauling ass, just going like 15, 20 miles an hour. He's like
Instead of the headless horseman, it's the legless horseman.
He's just fucking there, man. He is faster than you could ever be. But this guy, not scary like the wrestler guy. He very, very lame, fucking Segway man, chilling there, and that's like they're trying to incorporate some of the game stuff into the fucking movie, and the Pinkies in Doom 3, I'm pretty sure it was I think it was the wheelchair. It was like the exact design that they had.
He
for
was in
this
a
game.
wheelchair.
There was some weird mech thing going on.
Yeah, it's not just. Still talk about Pinky.
Yeah.
Like in his in the monster form.
Yeah, so I
In the
guess
old
he
games,
just
he's
turned
just
into like a fucking naked mole rat that's attached to
Well,
the
'cause-
Segway.
Yeah.
Well, because like they were in like the new Doom and the old Doom, they were just like big hulking creatures. So it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
So what dictates what you turn into?
The name, I guess.
Yeah, it's how predisposed you are to insanity is what I gathered from the film.
And that there's
you'll be affected.
a certain gene that you have that will, or certain predisposition.
I thought she said it was something like the people who are more prone to violence.
But there's something in their
like
genetic makeup, that their genetic marker for that she was saying that they have, that the things would seek out and then know who to infect.
Yeah, that's what it was. I mean, or it wasn't to know who to... Oh, no, it was. Yeah, you're right. Because they wanted to infect people that they knew could fuck stuff up.
Yep.
Which doesn't really make sense. Like, why would you want to destroy stuff? Like, there's no motive whatsoever for these bad boys.
For the zombie creatures?
Yeah, there's nothing as far as I can tell.
When you think of, zombieism as a disease that wants to perpetuate itself to continue down the line... but as far as this is just like a genetic marker, I guess, that they're injecting into new hosts, but that's just like, that makes them the virus, where they themselves as an organism is a virus all of a sudden instead of being infected by a virus.
Yeah,
it changes their genetic makeup and adds that extra chromosome.
Yeah.
And now there's half a chance to make you a superhuman, or half a chance to make you a genetically modified zombie, I guess.
I think what it comes down to...
They themselves are the virus.
I think what it comes down to when you get that extra chromosome is whether or not you went full retard with it or not. So if you only go like Forrest Gump, slightly autistic, then you get the super strength. But if you go full retard, then you go fucking zombo. And that's what happens.
Interesting theory.
I
don't know why the zombies wouldn't be attacking each other, since they know that they're
because they're
infected
a virus.
with the...
That's the only thing that
it's just a hive mind.
No,
but
I wouldn't say it's a hive mind.
I don't think there was a hive mind, because there was no big...
The only thing that explains it...
source. There was no patient
is
zero.
that once you've been infected, they know... I'm in quotes, infected. Once they've been modified, they automatically know who they should target, and they target those people, and they don't target each other. And they're violent towards people who they can't infect.
I mean more hive mind, more as they all have one singular purpose, and they're not going to attack each other.
So the whole purpose of like zombieism and for viruses is to keep propagating, moving on. The viruses, it just fucks us up when that happens. But for them, I think they just, the only real way to explain it is they themselves turn into a virus and trying to propagate and further their own kind.
That's right. Yeah. Time to fuck.
I think we're getting way too deep into that, though.
Yeah, this is a very surface level film. That's deeper stuff. So we get the first introduction to Pinky, and then the guys start investigating what happened down here. And one of the things I thought was pretty funny is like the super sleazy, disgusting guy was like he had this little fucking device out, and he was like checking for readings. He's like, lead reading seems to be all right. And I'm like, yeah. I was joking about it, and I was like, yeah, because they had this little radio, and they're like, here's the last transmission we got. And it's like, oh my god, it's like this horror scene, and it's like the one guy should have been like, oh yeah, that sounds like lead poisoning to me. you got your lead meter out? He's I got the fucking lead meter.
They tested for like a bunch of other stuff, but like the main thing that he says was like lead poisoning.
Yeah,
or like lead.
Like lead rating is negative. Or normal or whatever, and I was like, why would you say that?
Why would you even have a test for that?
Yeah, it's like, gotta make sure the lead's okay here. It doesn't really have anything to do with the mission at all. Yeah,
it's like I don't know what you would be testing.
What are they, an elite?
Lead
are they
for?
an elite squad of like killers, or they're like an elite squad of fucking scientists? And the dumbest one of the group is checking for lead. The fucking sleaze guy, stupid. And then they walk into one of the laboratories, and there's a fucking heart, right? And it's a heart that's like beating, and it's being like synthetically taken care of, but it's shaped like a Valentine heart, and it's like fucking dumb.
It's shaped like the fake heart.
Yeah, like
the actual heart.
The love heart, not like your hand clenched in a fist heart. It's Saw that. That was really dumb. One nice little touch I noticed in the movie was the Doom 3 login screen. So, like, it looks just like it does in the game when you're, like, fucking logging into something, pulling up computer screens and shit like that.
Wouldn't it be really cool if we had Doom on one of these computers and we logged in? Oh, that'd be so great.
Oh, we forgot to mention when they first meet Pinky, he has them all, like, hook their guns up to cameras so that he can see what they see through their guns.
That's an extremely ineffective way to go about things.
Yeah.
I mean, have like a camera on them, like a body cam, not a gun cam, and then just have an actual security network in your base. So you
Apparently they don't fucking have cameras there, but they'll put cameras on their guns, because that makes a ton of sense.
all the sense.
And they're in red for some reason.
All they could afford was a thermal GoPro for each man.
They weren't even in thermal. It was just like,
That'd be
it was
super
fucking
expensive. What are you talking
regular.
about?
It was like a regular camera screen. It was just like coated in red.
Good.
They say
put like
terrible
a-
movie effects, Craig?
Put like a fucking red film piece like
Over the camera.
over the camera just to make it seem
One of those
different.
flashlight filters you just
Yeah.
fucking put on and suddenly your light's red.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fucking bullshit.
Yep.
Some red saran wrap over the camera. It's more like it. They ran out of the budget near the end. They couldn't afford it. Then they unlock an arsenal, to which I was like, how the fuck did anything go wrong down here? They opened the first, like, one of the first doors they open has like a fucking army's worth of weaponry in it. I'd be like, I'm just staying in here. Like,
All
I'm
the
staying in here
guns
until
that
I
they
die.
currently have, by the way, are fucking massive guns that are capable of blowing dudes away. They're all machine guns. One guy has a fucking minigun.
Yeah.
They walk into this place, and there's just like a bunch more. There's like fucking rocket launchers, grenade launchers, fucking more miniguns. The fucking BFG is in there. They're just like, yeah, like
The
you
Bioforce
have to,
gun, yeah.
the Bioforce gun, not the big fucking gun. Anyway, yeah, but like it's just why, fucking why? Like, how did anything go
I mean,
wrong?
it's a dig site. Don't ask questions.
But
It's
how did
dig
anything go wrong?
and do
That's-
archaeology.
That's
They
another.
have that. That means they had to have like soldiers there, but they didn't use them. They just like everyone left.
They were on leave. It was.
Unless the scientists were all trained to use those fucking weapons, like where was the
I
fucking?
wonder, was there an actual
unit of
security? There was actual security on the
Where
base. I don't
was
think
the
there is.
unit
There
of
was.
security?
There was no security on the base. It's just a research
Then why do
facility.
they have the fucking guns?
Well, having a gun,
scientists.
having a gun does, make it less likely for you to get robbed or attacked. Look at Texas, man.
They're
People
gonna
wear
get
their
robbed in fucking space.
yeah, robbed by space pirates. You don't want to fuck with space pirates, Greg, especially if they got the ability to send half of your body thousands of miles away
I
via
don't
mercury
think that
bubble.
they're gonna like invade a research facility on Mars.
Why?
It just doesn't seem profitable on a space pirate end.
Yeah, I mean they'd have some high tech. I don't know
What
if
if
they.
what if the aliens have better tech than humans though?
That's true, yeah. So The Rock finds the BFG and he gets off on this fucking gun. He sees it. and
He
he's like-
wants to literally fuck the gun, especially after he fires it. Then he really
So
wants
they
to
don't
stick
they
his
don't
dick
go
in there.
grab the BFG until later though. So as they're inspecting, the closed part of the facility, and they're like noticing the creatures that are down there, and they finally see a bigger one. That's when The Rock goes, "Okay, well, I'm gonna need a bigger gun."
Yeah. So
Something
they
with a little more kick.
Yeah, something with a little more kick.
they introduce
More
it,
ki-
but they.
okay, right before he says that though, there's like a scene where like they find one of the zombie dudes like biting the head off of a rat, right? The guy turns around,
Ozzy Osbourne?
shoots the guy. Yeah, he shoots Ozzy Osbourne, and then the dude fucking gets slammed into a wall that is like 50 feet away from him.
Yeah.
That was a little excessive in my
It's like,
opinion.
if you have guns that are capable of doing that, let alone leaving, like, the bullet hole in the trash can at the very end, like the fucking thing that was as big as their fucking head, why do you need anything with the bigger kick? You have the fucking technology as it is.
Yeah. That always pisses me off when people like launch in movies when they get shot. I'm like, it's so ridiculous. Like, it just doesn't happen. Like,
most bullets are going so fast that they'll pass through you without really imparting too much force into you, unless the bullets were designed to mushroom and then leave all their force inside of you. So
yeah, like if you got hit with a cannonball, it would probably knock you back a little. But I mean, you've seen videos of I've seen videos of big fat guys taking cannonballs to the gut, and they don't like fly ragdolling through the air. They just take it like a man, you know. That's a fucking cannonball.
don't talk to me unless you can take a cannonball like a man.
Yeah.
They aren't firing that at what they should be, though.
Well, I guess
it's
it would
a lot less.
It would probably rip through them if it was that like full. That's true, but it wouldn't launch them backwards. I don't think. I don't know.
What would be
Maybe, I don't
cool
know.
is to first shoot the cannonball at like a wall and show it what it does to the fucking wall, and then shoot it at the guy and watch him just catch it.
Yeah, with a lot less gunpowder in there. It's like, this is the same.
He catches it and then he dunks it. That's what he does. He dunks it. He dunks it into a
Centrifugal force. He just like
basketball hoop,
grabs
yeah.
it, spins, and then just like dunks.
Fucking tomahawk dunk too. Hardcore dunking. But yeah, it's fucking god, this movie. And then we are introduced to Lucy, the humanoid who was found on Mars, who apparently has a synthetic 24th chromosome.
That makes her a superhuman.
Yeah, that makes you superhuman.
So
That's
what that chromosome's supposed to do is make you, I guess, impervious to disease and to heal real fast.
Yeah, I always thought it was Down syndrome, but apparently there's something more on Mars, and it just makes you. It makes you super strong. It gives you. Well, I mean, it gives you retard strength.
Well, this
apparently.
is the synthetic chromosomes.
Yeah,
So they were vaccinated.
This is what vaccines do. No, it's like it's like newer cars. You know, you have to get that synthetic oil. You can't have straight up oil anymore. So these new humans, these new humanoids on Mars, they get that synthetic 24th chromosome, and that makes all the difference.
Yeah, it does.
When it's factory made, Down syndrome, it's perfect. And they talk about that, and then they leave it be. And then this is where the movie gets really fun when you're making fun of it. So there's a Dr. Carmack, right? And of course, one of the creators of Doom, his name's John Carmack, and there's also John Romero.
Where are you?
Yeah, there's another John Romero, and I was making jokes, and we were making jokes about like John Romero being the one that was ruining John Carmack's office. Like,
Wait, did they ever say what the name of the Doom guy was supposed to be in that movie?
So his
Not the
code
Rock guy,
name,
the other guy.
Yeah, Carl Urban. His code name was Reaper. I don't know what his.
Yeah, but like his sister said that his name was John. So now I'm wondering if their last name was Romero.
no, it's John Reaper. It's John Grimm.
Grimm.
His last
Okay.
name.
John Grimm. Oh, okay. So that's why they call him Reaper. All right.
Yeah, so I was making a lot of jokes about like fucking John Romero being the problem here, and like they were just like, "Oh man, John, you gotta move on, man. Doom came out so long ago, and you're still just sitting in your fucking basement making optional dungeons for Doom. Like this movie is based on Doom 3, man. Like it's so much more now. But John Romero just won't leave it alone, and now he's ruining John Carmack's office. He's freaking out, mad that he's not part of the company anymore. A new Doom came out, and none of them were part of it. Yeah, he's the disgruntled employee, because there's a joke where like, I bet it's just a disgruntled employee with a gun, and it's fucking John Romero like, I'll fucking kill y'all. I'll show you all the new Doom levels. Yeah, you want to see new Doom? I got new Doom. It's on Mars. It's on Mars in a research facility. The Rock's there. Oh, it's gonna be great. So this is all.
I made more levels, guys.
Yeah, travel by bubble, bro. Just you wait. So yeah, this is all a map made by John Romero. That's
In for Doom 3.
For Doom 3, yeah. He made his own Doom 3 map. And then they find John Carmack, who is, of course, a babbling lunatic at this point. And he, to show us that he's exceptionally crazy, he grabs his ear and he just fucking rips his ear off. Like,
Yeah.
he just tears it off like you'd tear off a fucking like
A scab.
yeah, a scab.
It's just
Or
like-
he just shreds his fucking ear off.
And not to mention that, like, at the beginning of the movie, we see the him and a few other people running from something you don't see, and then this chick, like, puts her arm through the elevator or through the door thing as it's closing,
Dude.
and then he just like keeps the hand of her arm. He just keeps it, and he's like holding on to it like it's his best friend. Like when they find him, and he's like,
Yeah,
He's just holding
and he's
on to
like
the
chittering
arm.
like a squirrel. It's like,
Anyways, real fast to talk about that sleazy guy, Richard Brake, the Corporal Dean Portman. You know what he's doing now?
what?
He's the Night King in Game of Thrones.
Oh, are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Best known for a Welsh-American actor known for portraying Joe Chill in Batman Begins, Doomhead in 31,
yeah.
and the Night King in Game of Thrones.
I
in the
should have
4th and
recognized
5th
him
season.
from that.
Yeah. But yeah, he's the Night King.
Wow, he's come a long ways.
He must be giving quaaludes to all of his like his little knights in Game of Thrones.
Huh. I don't know if he is that guy anymore. They might have switched it up, but interesting to know.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. Fuck yeah, a guy rips his fucking ear off. And I was joking about it. I was like, man, you really botched that magic trick. And he's like, I wanted him to like pull the ear off and then like pull a fucking quarter out of the stump that was left in his head.
I think I did that wrong.
It's like, yeah, I think you might have fucked that up just a touch. And then, oh man, as they're walking through, the new guy's getting real jittery and he's getting kind of freaked out, you know. And he goes and he turns to the Night King and he's like, you know, hey, do you got anything to help take off the edge? You know, I'm
just real shook up. I just need something to, help me.
Yeah, and the guy's like, oh yeah, I got something for you. And he pulls out this like fucking little container of
Pill
fucking-
bottle.
Yeah, pill bottle full of sour Skittles, and he gives him
So
like
that
2 or
fucking
3.
pill bottle looks like one of those little tubes that they kept the fucking little mini M&Ms in that you could buy.
Yeah.
Remember those things?
A little bigger than that.
It looked slightly like that, just with like a twist cap. But it was just white.
Yeah. That's his drug bottle. And then I was like, yeah, we got the sour Skittles. And like, it'll really make your butthole pucker up if you take 3 of them at the same time. It's real great for the nerves. Yeah, so he gets high. That becomes a stupid fucking plot point later. And, fuck, man, shortly after that, one of the guys, the religious guy that we saw earlier, he, like, says, oh my god, or some shit like that, because he sees somebody get, like, fucking
No, I think
destroyed.
him and Carl Urban were sneaking through another part, and he kicks a fucking barrel down the stairs, full of a took. And I guess he swears.
Yeah.
He swears at that, and then he pulls up his sleeve and starts carving a cross in his arm. You see the scars of previous crosses he's carved into his arm.
Yeah, and he's like,
Took the Lord's name in vain.
he's like super masochistic about it too. He's like digging.
Yeah,
it, you know?
yeah, he loved it.
Yeah, he's and then we returned to a previous room that we found where they were like doing experiments on animals, and there were like a bunch of monkeys and like dogs and shit like that. And then we come back to that room and everything's been kind of snacked on apparently, and there's just like gore and chunks of flesh hanging from all the fucking cages. And Caleb brought up a really good point here. They were like, oh my god, what happened in here? And they were in the room for like 20 seconds, and then like suddenly they finally realize there's a fucking dude in there snacking.
Yeah, they hear a fucking like noise, and they hear the loudest fucking zombie, just like he's just there snacking on shit.
And he's been there.
And he's been there the whole time, standing in that same spot. And then now they hear him after they search the entire room with their flashlights and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then suddenly there's the threat, you know, and they blast the dude naturally. And then we cut back to our friends that were walking through the sewer, and that was where religious guy carved that cross into his arm. So lovely. And the fucking super sleazy guy, like, is talking shit the one dude's sermons because he's like reciting the Bible and stuff, and he steps into a hole in the sewer, and it's kind of a weird thing. I'm like, why is there a giant man-sized hole in the sewer here?
Well, you don't find out it's a hole until he like says it is, so you like assume that something pulled him under because it kind of looks like it when he falls. Like it looks like something just like pulled him under instead of like him just falling into like some random hole as if like a
It makes no sense. There'd be a random hole there.
The only thing that would even remotely make sense is if he stepped on a trap door and then it was fucking opened like
And
it's
then no
Scooby-Doo.
water go rushing down with them? Are you just saying that what's ever in that hole is just chock full of shit that's backed up
It
too?
would fucking have to be because how do you not notice a fucking hole in there?
Yeah. I don't know. It's stupid.
Yeah.
It was a stupid little thing to, let's make them all think he got pulled under. Oh, it's just a hole. No worries yet.
Yeah.
It's like
Psych.
it fucking took them forever to get him back out too, like as if something was holding on to him. But
Yeah.
no, he just fell down a hole and he's an idiot.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I also wrote down here, The Rock doesn't want to hardcore swear yet. He's saying, like, God damn it, and, like, he's kind of kept it pretty PG-13 with his language up to this point in the film. Now, that's going to, like, 180 pretty fucking soon.
Yeah.
But I was like, man, he's really trying to, like, keep it in check.
Yeah, I thought they were trying to keep it PG-13 because they called the big fucking gun the Bioforce gun.
Yeah, like, oh, can't say the F
No,
word.
they called it the Bioforce gun, but then later when The Rock goes to grab it, he's like, oh, that big fucking gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he says the name of the gun, and he says it as he picks it up.
Yeah.
I wrote here, there was a sad attempt at backstory. So there's a scene where Carl Urban's character is, like, walking, and he looks out one of the windows, and he has, like, this weird, I don't know, like, PTSD of, like,
Yeah, he has, like, a
parents-
faraway look in his
children
eye. You
laughing.
start hearing children laughing and then random, like, crashing noises and explosions.
Yeah, and then they're crying, and then, like, it cuts back. So, like, I thought it was really shitty backstory, because it doesn't actually tell
There's
you.
a lot of really shitty backstory for all of the characters as they like go through the movie. Like they have pointless talking points about their pasts. It's only character development. But for this it was like really dumb because the very beginning of the movie, like The Rock tries to get him to stay behind because of something that supposedly happened on where they were going. But it doesn't fucking tell you, and it never tells you. It just alludes to something very traumatic happening to that guy on this place, and he has, like, PTSD, like, twice as he, like, looks out onto Mars.
Yeah.
This is fucking really weird and out of place.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it definitely is. And once we cut away from that shitty backstory scene, that's not actually a backstory scene. It just says something happened, and then The Rock is like, "This is where it happened, isn't it?" And then like we still no idea what it is. So
Still no flashback to what happened either. It's just literally just something happened.
So we have no connection to this guy's like grief and pain and whatever else. Absolutely no connection whatsoever. And then. Yeah, we cut back to the girl the scientist who's like tearing an imp apart basically and investigating the body of the imp and trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. Or you cut over to our Asian friend as well, who is one of the men that came with The Rock, and he just gets his fucking head like smacked off of his shoulders. The thing like whips him and the tongue and slaps his fucking
very
head
small
off.
part, the Japanese dude who came, as well, who was guarding the main room, but then they needed him later, and then shortly after they called for him, he dies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird and quick because he had like a weird, super long name, and he went by like.
Yeah, they had the scene to explain like why they call him Mac, only for him to die like just a little bit later and serve literally no point.
Yeah. Yep. Just as more.
They cut away from actual action for a small joke to just kill that guy the second that they need him.
Yep. They brought him in just to kill him. Yeah, and then The Rock finally decides, you know what? It's time to go get that fucking gun, that big ass gun that I saw in the other room. And he does, and he tears shit up with it, and it like melts the world. It's a big fucking gun, right?
It's a big fucking gun.
It is, yeah.
It really is. And then our good friend Destroyer is fighting one of the big boys at this point, and he's kind of fucking him up. You know, they fall into this area that's like the holding cell because the walls are electrified, and he's like tearing this fucking demon up for
Yeah, he's
a
like
while.
hitting him with like poles and pipes and shit, and then he like stacks the pipes against the electrified walls so that it's like
See, both of them
pushing him up against the wall and shocking him from both sides.
Both of them are affected by the electric wall for just like a moment, and then they're both able just to power through it.
Yeah, it's like not a big deal. So like not a very good holding cell.
No.
If you can just like,
And
get the
especially
shit
since he
zapped
was
out
able
of
to
you.
grab the chain and mostly climb the wall all the way out. So.
Yeah.
Let's not forget that he was also swinging the fucking computer screen around.
Yeah, the computer-
like a fucking morning
Computer
star.
The
monitor.
monitor
This
star.
monitor. So this is what it looked like. It looked like a monitor had like a handful of Ethernet cables like welded to the back of it, and he was just swinging it around.
No, it looked like he had two fucking hoses. Like
It was a handful of cables all
there were like
taped
two.
together.
There were like two really big ones though. There's like, which is what he was holding on to, which looked like literally like fucking hose, like a fucking hose is like attached to it. It was just like swinging it around like it was a fucking morning star. And then he like hits him with it.
Yeah, it's
Like
And
it
it doesn't
ridiculous.
do
anything.
anything.
Well, of course it's not going to do anything against him.
It's just a fucking hunk of plastic. It's not gonna do shit.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty sweet. And then we got back to the scientist lady, and I wrote down here they had Gene Simmons' tongue on the table, so they have the creature's tongues fly out, and they like puncture and use that as like an injection site for the virus, and then
And they can
chooses,
detach them, yeah.
Yeah, and it detaches, and so one of the tongues was detached, and they were playing around with the tongue, you know. And like they held certain DNA over the tongue, and it didn't care.
This is brain fluid from so and so, and then the tongue like all reacts, and then this is brain fluid from Did she say herself? Did she take her own?
No, I think it was the black dude who like fought
yeah.
the big guy.
Yeah, and then she puts it on that, and then hovers it over the tongue, and it does nothing. And so that's where we know it only wants to infect people who have the psychopathic tendencies. So
That's right, yeah. And this is fucking, oh man. This is where it gets really stupid because they're like, oh my god, it only infects those who are crazy, and they're like, we gotta stop Sarge, he's gonna kill everybody, and I'm like, it seems a little ridiculous, like he's...
That everybody would be infected.
Yeah, it's like, oh, he's gonna kill everybody as if he's already been tagged by this thing, and as of yet, he hasn't really been touched.
no. Sarge had told them the plan of, hey, we just got to go back and clear everyone out because we can't have this get out. And so they all agreed to it, but then they found out that not everyone, not everyone would be affected because they were only targeting those who they could infect. And so then they're like, oh, well, those people who don't look like they're infected, they're actually okay. So let's go stop them from doing that.
Yeah, because they were basically going to neutralize everybody. To stop the spread of this thing, which is understandable. I mean, you gotta quarantine, you gotta cut it off, but
especially because they're on Earth inside that facility.
I mean, they can be once they go through the portal.
So they all went back through the portal, and they had that huge fight on Earth.
Oh yeah, you're right. They came back from Mars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like it's a big deal. You got to cut that shit out. So I mean, I understand the Rock's thing. He does eventually kill everyone, as everyone feared. And he comes back and he's like, I dealt with it. And then before that, though, he just fucking straight up murders the kid of the group. And he...
because he refused to go back and murder the people that he found.
Yeah, he refused to kill the rescued individuals. And then you get a really dumb scene where all of the rescued individuals, like, they start coming back, and people are starting to attack them, and all these zombies are coming, and they're trying to hide behind these walls. And the walls/doors in this movie are weird force field things, and when they close...
Nano walls, yeah.
Yeah, they become solid. And for some reason, this one wasn't closing right, and one of the fucking imps pulls the rock through the door, and he's like, I wasn't supposed to die.
I'm not supposed to die.
And it's like, wink! And he gets yanked in, and then everyone, like, runs off. And then...
Oh,
and then the
he
door
shoots, he shoots
turns
the
solid.
door, and then
Carl
the
Urban
door
shoots the door as it turns on.
Yeah, as it turns on correctly, and then it bounces back and hits him just above the junk.
Yeah. And then him and his sister, who is the scientist lady, they go to one of the, like, storage rooms, and he's like, I'm fucking dying, man. I'm gonna die in here. You're like, this is game over. And she's like, no, take the extra chromosome, harness its power. And he's like, nah, man, I'm gonna die. Like,
It's like, you don't know
It's
enough
like-
about me. I'll
You
turn
don't
into
know.
one of those things. You
And
don't
she's like,
know
no,
me.
I know you. I know you don't know me. I don't want it. She's like, I know you. I'm giving it to you. She
You're
basically
my brother. I
forces
know
him
who you are.
to take
she's
this
like,
stuff.
I literally have the same or very similar genetic code to you. I know you'll be fine.
But it seems more like, okay, so the thing that's weird about that is it seems to be more like a mental health thing.
Or
So how
they're
does it-
saying that the propensity to be violent is genetic.
Yeah, but then, like, pretty much every single person starts turning into zombies, which means that, like, every single person is, like, except for a handful, are immune.
Yep.
So, like, everybody would be fucking turned into zombie things.
Mm-hmm.
Which, she's taking a pretty fucking big risk.
Yep.
And she's
I mean, they're
like,
fucked
it's
into it, so why
fine.
not?
Well, you're either going to get the strength or you're going to turn into a zombie.
Which is fucking weird and stupid.
Because you're dying anyway. I mean,
yeah, but
just donate your body to research as you're dying. Come on.
Yeah.
I also love how the 24th chromosome is just like a liquid that they're just gonna
Or they inject the liquid that, I guess, forces the body to take it or develop that chromosome or something like that.
Yeah, it's the vaccine, and Carl Urban gets his vaccine, his flu shot, and it gives him that extra chromosome, and he is
when he wakes up, it goes all
he
first
has
person.
autism.
Yeah, which is first person.
Yeah, autism is very first person mode from this movie, and this is honestly the cool part of the movie.
You know what? Yeah. This part is actually the one that works the best with the movie, sad enough.
Yeah, and it's pretty campy too, because there's parts where like one of the zombies he's like, hey, you know, he just jumps out and he blasts him.
Yeah, it was like one that was like he
All of a
turns
sudden,
around
all
and
the
there's like a
zombies
zombie that's like
dumb.
laughing there, and then he like pulls out his sidearm and blows the fucking head off of it.
The zombies aren't... So the zombies beforehand were dangerous. They were cunning. They were quick. They would actually come after you, right?
Yeah.
They were a huge threat. But now, all of a sudden, he can see in
Yeah.
first-person mode.
Yeah, and all the zombies are fucking retarded.
Yeah.
First person mode is super overpowered in this game, and he becomes, and I wrote down here, even his bullets have retard strength. Like suddenly,
suddenly, like, because they were shooting the zombies and it took a lot to take them down.
yeah,
before.
which is, it's understandable that they would be afraid of him because they can probably sense that he isn't going to be an infected and he's going to be super strong instead.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make sense that his bullets are suddenly
his
ripping
bullets.
him to pieces.
Yeah, his bullets are now taking him down.
All he
with, like,
knows
one
now is
shot.
where to put his bullets to bring him down.
That's right.
Beforehand, they were just spraying and praying, but now he knows. Now he can aim. Beforehand, he'd never aimed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is where he pretty much just becomes Doom Guy for the end of the movie, and he fights Pinky off. Pinky comes out, and he's got his little mini wheelchair.
Okay, so the thing about Pinky, like, I guess he's supposed to look like one of the ones in Doom 3.
Yeah.
But, okay, so, like, the other zombies, they look mutated. They look wrong. They look like zombies. They don't have smooth skin, or they're like they're very gross looking creatures, you know?
Mm-hmm.
They're warped. But Pinky, when he turns, he looks okay in a way, because like
he looks okay.
his skin is like very smooth. He's not like it doesn't look diseased. There's no like
Maybe
you
it's
don't
the
think
segue.
there's no veins and grossness, or
You
like
don't think there's
20
a
different
problem
eyes.
with the fact that man turned into a naked mole rat?
I think that it's a problem that he is the most perfect specimen that comes out of the virus.
I don't know if I would call that perfect.
Yeah, that's what they look like in Doom 3. They've got like robo legs. So it's pretty much what they did.
Kind of still wrong. And then if for some reason the pinky though is one of the hardest things for him to kill. He chainsaws it a couple times. He puts a flashlight in the pinky's mouth, and it can't get it out, so it just closes its mouth all the way and juts the bottom part of the flashlight up out of the top of its head.
Yeah. That was a pretty sweet scene, him like chainsawing the pinky down.
Yeah.
I kind of wish we had more first person and more chainsaw action.
More chainsaw.
Yeah, and he pretty much wrecks Pinky though at the end, and then his final boss fight, of course, is going to be against The Rock in this movie, and it was a really long fight scene. Had some stupid one-liners. The Rock finally turned into a zombie by the end.
But let's don't skip over the scene where they're both like sneaking around this fucking pillar thing. They're both like in the same shot, sneaking around.
It's a Bugs Bunny Elmer Fudd moment where they're both like walking around the same pillar trying to like find each other. It's fucking. And then the Rock has like a fucking garbage can. He's just like sneaking around with.
It's like
fucking huge.
It's a metal panel of some sort, but you can tell it's fake.
But
and
it's
not as rigid as
it's like
it should
huge
be.
and round, and I can't think of a fucking purpose of it.
Yeah,
it's like fucking like he's gonna use this thing as a blunt weapon.
Yep.
And it's fucking massive, and he's just and he's like crouched down, like sneaking with it.
Yeah, this is Dollar Store Rock, by the way, so it looks really weird.
and then he like goes to swing it, and then the guy is not there anymore, and he's like right behind him somehow, and then he's like,
he ran around the pillar all the way just to get out.
He just like didn't hear the footsteps.
Yeah, a really long, dragged out fight, and it cuts back to the teleporter basically, and he Carl Urban's character, he opens up the teleporter again and throws the Rock in, and he also throws a fucking grenade after him and just blows up the whole space station. As far as I can tell, that's the mini nuke grenade that he had on him, and he throws it through and it fucking blows the Rock up. And
well, you don't actually see the Rock getting blown up, so the Rock could still probably be alive on Mars at this moment. You just don't know.
Oh yeah, there you go. We don't know how tough he is as a baddie. And yeah, him and his sister get out, and the movie.
Well, you don't actually see them get out. They just get on the elevator.
That's true. Yeah, they just get on.
But that's the elevator going up to the surface, though.
Yeah, but the movie ends like right before they get to the surface.
Yeah.
So you don't actually know.
Don't actually know.
That's true. It could have broken out on there, and it could be all hell on Earth.
True.
Who knows?
Yeah, you don't know if it got out beforehand.
Yeah, we didn't see.
I mean, they were doing experiments there. They could have sent some experiment samples
I don't
back
think
to Earth.
they even showed what... Because, like, okay, so remember that thing that they were chasing down that was, like, in the vents or whatever that, like, went to the sewer? They were, like... And then they found, like, the giant dude, and they're like, that's not the thing that we saw.
Right.
So, like, the other thing they never found and shot down, and then, like, something went through to Earth, and they never showed them killing that specific thing. So maybe there's still something lurking.
Sequel. I wrote that the
sequel, like, 13 years later.
Yeah, the whole movie was about one man overcoming his disability to save the day. He got that extra chromosome, and he was like, you know what? I'm not going to let this rule. I'm not going to let this rule my life. I'm going to defeat the Rock in single combat, and I'm going to stop this shit from spreading and rescue my sister from this planet. We're going to get out of here, and they do. They do, as far as we know.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of stupid. Most of it's pretty forgettable, and most of the acting is painful. In this movie.
So painful.
Yeah, especially from the kid and then the greasy hair guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the religious guy, God, dude, he was so bad. The
line
delivery.
Yeah.
So much of it just cringy. But that first person thing was pretty sweet. And I kind of wish the whole movie was just a first person.
I mean,
shooter.
there's a few, like, I think there's that Hardcore Henry. You could watch that.
Oh, yeah, that's right, that parkour movie.
Yeah.
The parkour him.
Well, I mean, there's shooting in there. He has guns.
Yeah, it's like a first-person weird thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked cool.
You know, it kind of bothered me that they didn't use demons in this movie. They were just like, oh, it's another zombie
I guess
plot.
they were just going off of what Doom 3 did. So
Well, Doom 3 is about demons, though. They
Is
open
it?
a portal to hell, yeah.
I thought it was about bioengineered stuff.
No, it's they get like possessed by demons basically, and that they are zombies in that way, but it's not like a biohazard like Resident Evil zombie. And they're fighting actual demons, like the Pinky is a demon.
I want to know where they got the idea for the 24th chromosome.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't
That
know.
didn't come from Doom.
No, it did not.
It's very strange. I think it's what I was saying with the strength thing. Like they're like, you know what? You embrace it and you're powerful. If you don't, you're not. That's just how it is. If you're predisposed to be Doom Guy with the 24th chromosome, you're going to be Doom Guy with 24th chromosome. And he basically becomes Wolverine, too. We forgot to mention that. Where he doesn't really take damage. He, like, heals up super quickly.
Yeah, he, like, gets his hand stabbed and then, like, cuts through it, and then his hand is just fine. Which is fucking weird.
Just, heals super fast now.
Yeah.
More than super fast, instantaneously.
Yeah.
Yeah. The acting was pretty terrible. The Rock was good. I don't know if The Rock necessarily saved the day in this one like he does now.
No, he definitely didn't save the day. Carl Urban's on saving the day. But I guess if you're getting at The Rock makes bad movies, okay movies or something like that.
Yeah.
No, he did not with this one.
Well, that's because he wasn't The Rock in this one.
He was just Dwayne.
He was actually acting instead of just being himself.
Don't like it. He needs to be him, man. But he wasn't him yet. He was half the man he is now.
Literally.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah, just a lot smaller, not as funny.
Yeah, he really came into it later in his career. I don't think he saved the movie.
He didn't.
He's one of the better actors in the movie. Like,
I think it would have been a lot better if it was just The Rock and Carl Urban. It was just those two who went to the base to save things. But
they honestly, that's all they really needed. But
everybody else was just fodder.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And I mean, I guess they were used as a device to show us the risk at hand. You know, they showed us what.
There's other ways they could have done that.
Well, obviously, there's risk. Literally, everyone died.
And then see, what if they portrayed it like this, where The Rock and Carl Urban are this elite task force? Then those two, you know, they've done hundreds of missions together, have this super close bond, and then they're slowly being torn apart by the virus, and at the end they have to fight. I think that would have much more emotional build up and suspense at that point.
Yeah. And really, there's no emotional build-up with any of these characters.
None of it. No, it's all just fodder.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't even have like the super sweet music going on in this.
No
in this
Doom-esque
movie.
music.
Yeah,
either.
that's really disappointing. They took a very, very small idea from Doom and then just like made it something else entirely. Because this wasn't Doom. It didn't feel like Doom.
No,
even though it had like Doom-esque creatures in it. Like they were just like, you know what, zombies on Mars, and that's Doom. And even though Doom is more like a fuckload of demons on Mars, with like wizard demons and giant brutal demons and invisible demons.
So the most important thing to take into consideration
brain
is
spiders.
In April of this year, Universal announced they were going to make a new Doom adaptation. So
a new movie. Oh my god!
Stay tuned for that. Some kind of adaptation of Doom.
You know what? This has been like in the last 2-3 years. There's been like a resurgence of video game movies, and like, I don't like it.
I don't know. I guess there's a lot of good video games coming out that have tons of popularity, doing so well, and they're just like, oh, how else can we cash in on this cash?
Yeah, like Doom.
Yeah,
like
but
fucking Doom is so awesome, man.
They've every single one that they've
the
released,
reasons why Doom 2016 was so awesome are the same reasons why it can't be a movie.
Exactly. Yeah, you just can't.
It's entirely gameplay. Like that's what it is. You can't like make a movie from that.
Yeah.
Like, the story is only there because it serves the gameplay. Like, you have to, like, it's there
Yeah,
so
really.
you can shoot zombies.
Really, the
demons.
story is there just to tell you how fucking awesome your character is, which you
Yeah.
already knew because you're ripping people to
Yeah,
pieces
there's
with your
nothing
hands.
about Doom 2016, in my opinion, that would make a good movie to go watch.
Yeah,
Nothing.
yeah.
They can't capture
It's not a good,
on film what makes that a good game.
Yeah, I think Doom 3 was one that's probably easier because it's a survival horror game, which is different from the others, and I think that's why this one seems so Doom 3-ish. But even then, they still fucking made a crap movie.
You know, it's kind of weird because, like, nearly every single movie that we've seen so far of the, including Alone in the Dark, which we're going to be seeing soon, has been zombies. It's all been zombies.
Yeah, all been zombies.
Yeah, I mean, except for Tomb Raider.
Well, I know.
Well, they
that's why
had
it's a
some zombie
handful-
creatures, though. Like the warriors that they fought in the one
Yeah,
of the
I
tombs.
guess but I mean, like, the only few, like, Mario Bros. And Double Dragon and, like, Wing Commander, other than that, it's pretty much just been straight zombies. Well, and I guess Tomb Raider, one of the Tomb Raiders anyway, but, like, yeah, straight zombies. Like, that's the only thing that makes a video game movie.
What about bisexual zombies?
I mean, I guess, like, that's still zombies. But yeah, this is like, I don't know. Well, did they just not think that video games have other plots?
I mean, they don't, as far as I know.
Like, the Doom came out like right after Alone in the Dark, and after House of the Dead, and after, like, you know, a bunch of other zombie movies. The 2 Resident Evils.
Zombie movies are doing well, guys. Let's make another zombie movie.
This wasn't even during the time of when zombies were super popular. This was just like, they were like, you know what, zombies. They even took the plot of Doom,
Are you saying that they
which
were
was
ahead of their time?
literally demons. They could have gone fucking satanic with it, and they were like, zombies.
Yeah.
I guess zombies, in their opinion, were easier to do than demons. So
I mean, like, stick some fucking horns on the big dude that they had and have
He
him,
was
like,
a Hell
follow
Knight.
him. You know, yeah. Just fucking, like, have him follow him. Don't have him kill him, and then, you know, that's Doom.
what dictates you turning into a Pinky or an Imp or a Hell Knight?
Your level of awesomeness.
Yeah, your level
So-
of psychotic rage, I guess.
Huh.
Somehow.
Because there were a couple of those knights just roaming around, so...
Yeah, they were tough motherfuckers. They owned Minigun Guy.
Yeah, fucking
With
The
his-
Rock was gonna turn into Cyber Demon.
You think he was going to turn into a cyber demon?
Go fucking full spider mode.
Oh man.
Shoot the green laser at your ass.
Yeah, I mean, they could have done that too, like where
That
they
would've
like
been
fucking
sweet,
modified the zombies or the demons with their like enhancements, but then they didn't even do that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of, I don't know, it's kind of a lame movie. I mean, it's a lot of stupid shit, and the acting is so bad. It's so bad for almost everyone in the movie, and it's, I don't know. I think zombies are one that you could make a movie on, or like Tomb Raider. Like I've said it before, there are a bunch of movies or a bunch of video games that would work as movies, you would think.
Well, yeah, there are some, but like they can't. They try to capture the wrong stuff about them when they try to convert it into a movie. I feel like, and that's usually what makes it get fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just hard to make the two forms of media like collide. And that's why like the question we had today is kind of fitting for the episode. Like, what song would you make a video game out of? Like, and I don't know if it would work. I mean, would it do the song justice, you know? It just doesn't, for some fucking reason, it's just not possible. It just can't.
It's like when they
fucking
try to
make it.
turn movies or books into movies. Like sometimes it just doesn't translate. Sometimes you need more info than you can stuff into a movie.
Yeah, and that's why you need an HBO series that spans the better part of a decade.
It's kind of the same with the games, because there are some games that are really fucking long, and they can't really be translated into a game, into a movie.
Yeah. That's why it's a safer route to do like an Advent Children, where it's a sequel or a prequel or something like that.
But they fucked that up too.
Oh yeah, of course they fucked that up. But it's fuck. You don't need to watch this movie. This
is a movie I don't miss never watching before.
Yeah, I regret having seen this at least 4 times now.
I feel
it's too many hours of my life that are gone forever.
You know what, guys? Okay, so before we started watching Doom, there was a thing where we were wondering what we should watch because we didn't have access to Alone in the Dark, and one of our other options was House of the Dead 2. And you know what? Which is a direct-to-video kind of sequel to House of the Dead, which we watched. I feel like I would rather watch that than watch Doom.
Yeah.
Just from the trailer, because I feel like I would at least laugh at it. But with Doom, like, there was maybe a chuckle here and there, but there was nothing like that was really funny because it was so outlandishly stupid.
Yeah, it's not like watching...
It was kind of just a boring movie with an okay subpar action scene at the very end in the first-person mode.
Yeah.
And then that's it. It was just kind of... It was a very just meh movie.
Yeah, I don't really care for it. That's a pretty good thing. I mean, it's like watching The Room. It's so bad that it's funny as hell.
Yeah, like
this one's not really funny at all,
not,
ever.
Yeah, it's not funny ever, and then it's just like there's nothing to enjoy about it whatsoever. Like, it's just,
yeah. Leave us a review and you can win a copy.
Yeah, you can get that sweet Doom.
Yeah, I kind of hope they come out with like a master collection of all video game based movies. They'll never do it, but I think that would be awesome to get like a huge collector's edition of some fucking mass collection of video game movies. Steelbook. It's like a 70 disc collection. All the behind the scenes, all the Uber Bowl like commentaries and shit.
That would be fucking terrible.
Yeah, it would. So, video game based movies we have coming up, based on games that I've played. We have Blood Rain. We have Alone in the Dark. Obviously, the Resident Evils. I mean, we've all probably played House of the Dead at like an arcade and stuff like that.
All right, let's see. So, yeah, we got Alone in the Dark next because we had to skip it this time for Doom because we couldn't get a hold of it. Then we have Blood Rain and then Silent Hill.
Oh yeah, Silent Hill.
Oh, and then the Dead or Alive movie. That'll be cool.
Yeah,
and then Postal for Schweiss.
Yep. It's kind of fucked up.
I'm sure that'll ring home for you.
Yeah, I'm sure it will. I'll be like, man, I really connect with this character on a deep fucking level. A very carnal, violent level of connection here.
And then we got another Resident Evil. So we got some stuff. Oh my god, there's going to be a Monster Hunter movie? Why would they do that?
Why not, man? Nothing is sacred in this world.
They're going to do a Sonic the Hedgehog movie. They said they were going to make a live-action Mega Man movie. Like, for fucking why?
I don't know. Oh, yeah, Silent Hill is Jon Snow's first big role.
Is that Kit Harington's in there?
Yeah, he's in there, yeah.
Huh, interesting.
I don't remember him. I've seen that movie before, but I don't remember him or 90% of the movie.
What? Oh, okay.
You alright?
Yeah, it came just like...
I put the pin to where I could bookmark both of the pages for him, and that confused him.
It did a little bit, yeah.
So yeah, fuck.
Alright, so as we're tallying up our current list of where we rank all these movies, any other parting words for Doom 2005? Side note is, in this movie you can see that Dwayne has stretch marks on his shoulders from how big he has been.
Yeah, and yeah.
And by big I mean massive, not like
fat boy.
Not like fat, but like muscle.
Yeah, that's kind of intense. And Congrats, man. Congrats to Dwayne Johnson on really moving forward after his Doom film.
Thank you for actually bringing some good light to the video game industry. And with the Rampage movie, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah. I think it's the best one so far. That and Tomb Raider, that also came out the same year, vastly overpower the competition in my mind so far. I mean, we have some classics that we're going to run into, of course, but it's a shit show for that shit trophy of best video game movie. And my God, the thing is like I wonder what the problem is if are they trying to stay too close to the actual source material? Because Doom doesn't really seem very similar at all. Like, it's got some thematic similarities and some design similarities, but they pretty much did whatever they wanted for the movie, and yet they still fucked it up. And then when they try to go too much like the game, like when they did with Wing Commander, where nothing happens in Wing Commander the game necessarily, and nothing happened in Wing Commander the movie, it's too much.
But see, this is the problem of trying to take a video game that doesn't have too much of a story and then trying to make a story around it. You end up coming up with something not good, and you try to fit that into the framework of the game. I mean, Wing Commander was shit. Doom 2005 was shit. And the new Doom movie that's coming out, I mean, just like, what are they going to come up with story-wise? Are they going to give a Doom guy, are they going to give him a voice? Are they going to give him a backstory? You know, it's just so much room to mess up in that regard. So,
yeah. Well, I am going to lazily just throw mine off to the side of my other one again.
Good.
Oh, shit, which I didn't do.
Yep.
So I must now go back even further on our book of books. And
came to bite you in the ass, didn't it?
House of the Dead was the last one I...
House of the Dead... Wasn't that the last movie we watched?
No, Resi 2.
Was it Resi 2?
Yeah. I think.
Yeah, it should have been Resident Evil 2.
Okay. So our rankings, as of right now, for the video game-based films. Cameron, bottom of the line, Double Dragon. House of the Dead above that.
Do you want me to read them off?
SM, what is that?
Super Mario, probably?
Super Mario, yeah, Super Mario Bros.
Mario.
Then Wing Commander, Doom 2005, Street Fighter, Resident Evil Apocalypse, Resident Evil, Mortal Kombat 2. Now we're getting into the goodies. It's top 5. Legend, Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, Cradle of Life, Rampage, and Tomb Raider 2018 is Cameron's number 1. Mm-hmm. Craig has Wing Commander, House of the Dead, Double Dragon, Doom, Mario, Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 1, Tomb Raider, Mortal Kombat 2, Street Fighter, Tomb Raider 2, Tomb Raider 2018, and Rampage. And Caleb, you forgot the first Mortal Kombat.
Did I?
Yes.
No.
That's fine, though. Did you like 2 more than 1 in that?
Yes.
Oh, man, what is wrong with you guys? Mine is going to be as follows. At the bottom of the barrel, the worst fucking video game movie ever released. Very possibly ever. Double Dragon, Wing Commander, House of the Dead. Then I'm gonna put Doom. Then Super Mario Bros. Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, Resident Evil 2, Mortal Kombat 2, Resident Evil, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Tomb Raider, Cradle of Life, Tomb Raider 2018, and Rampage as the best video game movie of all time so far. Super excited to get into more Uwe Boll after that lovely House of the Dead. I can't wait to see just how bad these movies can get. That was his first one, though, so maybe he gets better. Rotten Tomatoes says no, but what will New Clan say? Stay tuned to find out. You guys got anything else you want to add?
No, I pretty much covered everything that there is to cover about this movie.
Yeah, there's not much there.
Just don't fucking watch it. Yeah. I mean, it's not worth it. It's not worth the
We only
free watch.
We only
on
have
Netflix.
so many hours in our life, and that's an hour and 44 minutes that I will never have back.
You know, we could have watched House of the Dead 2, which would have been an hour and a half.
I'm pretty sure I'd have the same opinion about
We
it.
could have saved 14 minutes and probably had a better time.
I guess we'll find out next time.
Yeah.
No, next time we're going to do
Alone in the Dark.
Yeah, Alone in the Dark.
Unless we do that House of the Dead 2 is some pre-recorded episode.
Yeah, which we may in fact do. Anyways, thank you guys so much for listening, and stay tuned for another episode of NudeClad. But until then,
enjoy the nude.
May the list go on.
Live always in the nude.
Yeah!